Hello, welcome back everyone, Normal Player Guy, and finally we have LR Golden Freezer being released. His official has been announced. He is finally here. We're going to have a quick look through him. He is quite the defensive juggernaut. Something similar to this guy who has, what was it, 90% damage reduction, and we have 90% damage reduction, although this guy hits a hell of a lot hard. So let's have a quick look through him. So, Resurrected Warriors or Planetary Destruction, 4 key, 150% to stats. That's runnable, that's doable. You can get by in Super Battle Road, even Extreme Super Battle Road, Infinite History, and you can absolutely do that. Right, so let's have a look. So, the entrance animation and reduces damage received by 90% at the start of turn, and with each turn passed, reduces damage by 10% each one, so you get less, no more than 60%. So you end up with what? You end up with 30% damage reduction at the very minimum, but that would take every turn. So I'm curious to know if you would lose that damage reduction even if you were off rotation. It seems that actually is the case. So in that case, then after 6 turns, you will still come out with a little bit. So yeah, get 5 key, which is really nice, and 100% of stats. LRs with 5 key are better than those that aren't. You get an additional 100% and launches an additional super attack when HP is 50% or more. That's okay. That's good. So you get additional 2 key and 50% defense starting from the turn in which the character performs the fifth super attack in battle. Okay, that's good because he has additional super attacks built in. So he's already better than, say, Beast Gohan. Plus an additional 2 key and attack 50% starting from the turn in which the character receives the fifth attack, which you are probably going to get turn 1 because this guy is an absolute tank. What is his super attack effect? His super attack effect raises attack for the turn and lowers attack and defense. Okay, solid. Raises attack and defense for the turn, and that's about it. Okay, so he's 18 key. So you're going to be getting 5 key. You'll be getting additional 2 key, but only when you perform 5 super attacks. And you'll probably get 2 key very quickly when you receive the attacks in battle. When you go into he's on movie bosses, isn't he? When you go on movie bosses, which is extremely difficult, having that 90% damage reduction on LR, wow, just shy of 15,000, 15,000 defense on, say, like Broly's movie boss, which is now a full out what is it, 170%? And then you've got 90% damage reduction. If you have this guy in as well, wow, you've got an invincible rotation, right? And then of course you've got the tech one as well. Bear in mind that they will have nothing in the way of links because they both share the same name, but you would be invincible in the entire rotation. You could stick this guy in slot 1, turn 1, and you would easily build up that 2 key 50% attack. That's not going to be a problem there. That is going to be a thing. You will so at the start of turn you will not take damage if he's in slot 1 and if anyone else is in as well. So then you'll get the additional super attack. So that's 2 super attacks done, and you need to do 5. So that's what turn 1. And the hidden potential system could potentially do 3, but outside of that. So you got 1, then turn 3 would be 4. So then it will be turn 5 outside of hidden potential systems that you would get this. So you'll be turn 5 before you get this additional 50% defense. So you're gonna have at the start of turn 200% with a guaranteed super attack and 5 key. Outside of that, if you're under 50% HP, you're going to have 5 key, 150% defense, 100% attack, but 7 key even. So you're going to gain way more key. So this guy is not realistically going to struggle start of turn to get his 18 key. That's really good. What's his active skill? When you're under 50% HP, starting from the third turn, not bad. 100% raise to attack or it's an AoE. Okay, cool. It's an AoE. Okay, so massively raises attack, so 100% raise to attack, and it is an AoE. So it's probably going to be where he blows up the entire planet, right? Because he can survive in the vacuum of space. So nice damage, massively raises attack. he's got 20,000. He's going to have decent links. He has reasonable links now that have become a bit better. So Universe Most Malevolent is common with a lot of freezers. Strongest Clan Space, same thing. Then you've got, but then you've got Legendary Power, which can be useful with the other AGL Final Form freezer. And then you got Prodigies, also the same deal. But then you got like Super God Combat Resurrection of F, which I mean, I don't really think there's many freezers in there. Are you? I mean, no. This guy you could link. This guy you wouldn't. They share the same name, and you ain't gonna get it. In fact, I'm not even too sure if you can link it with these guys. So Resurrection of F, which is a 10% attack and defense and one key, you can't trigger unless you had a super type on here, which is not something that you'd actually do. So that's a bit daft. So I wonder if they'll release another one in the future that's going to have that. Super God Combat, yeah, again, Golden Freezer, so you are not going to be able to get it. So you ain't going to get Super God Combat or Resurrection of F, which is daft because he's exactly from that movie. Yet they made the two links irrelevant unless you run it on the team, unless you run it with someone on that team. Master Evolution, sure, you could probably get it on that. You'd have to throw one of those guys on just to get it. But the fact that this guy, when he's on Wicked Bloodline, one of the top 5 teams going. Sworn Enemies would be a perfect partner for this guy down here. Revenge would be a nice one. Target Goku. Terrifying Conquerors, Battle of Fate. Inhuman Deed. Full Power Transformation Boost. Like, in fact, everything, every single one of these, you can absolutely use him on. His sheer tankness will just come in really handy, especially for movie bosses. Movie bosses, I did a video with Easy A. Brody, and I virtually no itemed it outside of a Sensu Bean that I needed just to make things fair from full health. Virtually no itemed it with him. Imagine if you have to stick a much more defensive beast inside of here, right? He's not going to struggle for key because he's got it at the start of term, and the fights don't go on for long enough where the guy's going to lose too much of his damage reduction. So you're always going to maintain that. Not to mention, you are also able to run the other AGL and even Tech Golden Freezer to really just help out. I mean, that's where it's going to be. The problem is, it's going to be what do you run in terms of links. So this guy is his best linking partner, apparently. But see, this guy has big bad bosses, and he needs big bad bosses. He also has a buff for the first 6 turns. Like, he has an extra 100% to stats for the first 6 turns. But big bad bosses makes him extra better. But, you know, Prodigies is nice. Universe Most Malevolent, Strongest Kind of Space, you'll get that. That is 2 keys. So, again, this guy's not going to struggle. And it's not too bad. You can use these as well with the other Golden Freezer and this guy here, because he has his AoE to seal and he can stun on attack, and suddenly your Sworn Enemies, Gifted Warriors, Inhuman Deeds, Extreme AGL Monotype for Super Battle Road, Extreme Super Battle Road, right, in particular, that suddenly, and Battlefield as well, suddenly Extreme AGL is becoming quite powerful, but it is requiring you pull this guy. Considering his banner is ass, I wouldn't pull it because his banner is just full of other freezers. I mean, this guy's on it who's pretty solid. I think this guy's on it who is, no, he's not. I mean, he needs an easy A to be anywhere near as good. Transforming Golden Freezer isn't on it, but you got this guy and you got this guy and you do have the other, you do have him, but that's it. I mean, outside of very specific means, these aren't great, but Extreme AGL for Wicked Bloodline is coming out really nice. So let's see, yeah. So he's going to be defensively powerful. Offensively, I'm not too sure. So I mean, he has additional stats at the start of term, but I don't really see him, even with his 20,000 attack, being especially powerful. So it's hard to say. I mean, he doesn't have big bad bosses, which is 25% attack that would give him. He does have legendary power, which is going to be a big one. Fierce Battle is also a big one. Universe Most Malevolent, which is a big one, but it means you've got to run him on there. And Prodigies. So, of course, no doubt, as I say, that this guy will be, of course, right up there. He'll be able to trigger most of those links. Even this guy will be able to trigger most of those links outside of LR power. So he's going to be support. He's going to be. You're going to need a good partner, right? He's going to depend on a good partner. But if you just want to use him for his defensive viability, yeah, you can stick him in slot 1, turn 1, even if he has 0 in the way of links, even if you use him alongside this guy, you'll just be immortal. So when did this guy come out? Well, they like to separate content for global when it comes to this certain banner. So around in November, we call it is it the Tanabata or is it the Golden Thank You? I can't remember, but they did it last year with Gogeta and Janemba, when Janemba wasn't until another 3 months all the way up until February. We're getting him in 2 months' time in January, so better than nothing. Let's see. So in this was the campaign. In this particular campaign, when it was properly released, the Super Strike event has come out, and we've already had this King Cold. We are now actually getting STR Grandpa Gohan. There was a new stage of Extreme Super Battle Road, but we've already had it, and we're actually now getting regular Super Battle Road, which is Giant 8 Power. So this is the other thing that comes out, and we are getting that at the exact same time, and that is this guy. So he has his EZA. So of course, as we all expected, it went from 50% to 77%. It's how one way you can tell free-to-play units have an EZA. Plus, these days, every free-to-play unit has an EZA. So he has 120% at the start of turn, and then he gets an additional 100% of stats for 7 turns, and then 100% defense starting from the 8th. So he does actually maintain that defense, making him just extra viable, right? Because if it was just attack starting from the 8th, you'd drop off a lot. 6 Ki, wow, performs a crit and stuns the attacked enemy within the same turn after receiving an attack. That is actually pretty good. An additional 50% attack, and reduces damage by 50% when HP is 50% or less. You know what? Perfect floater. You know why? So he's going to maintain this defense. He's going to gain 6 Ki, and he's guaranteed crit, guarantees the stun after receiving an attack. So they want him to use in slot 1, but this makes him a great floater. So you could have a better unit in slot 1. You can take damage, but this guy will be able to survive because he's maintaining his defense, and he's going to have this. To get this is like the physical combo, but only it's from the Dremel Heroes. Only this is guaranteed. So you gain 6 Ki, which is guaranteed super, of which it has a 50% chance of stunning. Interesting. Also, extreme allies attack and defense 20%. Okay, actually, I see why. This guy might just be better than you think. So you stick him in slot 1. You'd have to enter the turn with less than 50% HP, so you can actually get the damage reduction. It cannot be a super. This guy will not survive. He might have 50% damage reduction, but he has just over 9,000 defense, and he's only a free-to-play. To be fair, 9,000 defense. Tech Ultimate Gohan with my guy is rocking around 2 dupes, and he has 9.8. I mean, he does guard, but he has 9.8. So actually, this is not bad considering. Right, so good stats, maintains it. You'd have to enter the turn under 50% HP to keep this. Then you got hit, and then you were guaranteed crit the attacked enemy. So you could cherry pick who you want to pick, cherry pick who you want to take out. The critical hit is nice. It just means it just does extra damage, right? It's not bad. You will have a guaranteed stun, which is not bad at all. So you can take someone out of Super Battle Road, and you could use him in certain Battle Road. Final Trump, Join Forces, Terrifying Conquerors, Battle of Wits. So it's going to be Terrifying Conquerors. You wouldn't run him on Final Trump. It's too super heavy, super class heavy. Join Forces is the same thing, and Battle of Wits you just can't run. So Terrifying Conquerors is going to be the way to go. It's surprising that he's not on like Wicked Bloodline. I mean, I know it's Freeza and Sorbet, but it's daft to think that just because of Sorbet he loses out on a lot, because these are his best people. That's it. There is not one of these. Oh, they got Transforming Freeza, who is great, but there is not really any of these that belong on the Wicked Bloodline. It's kind of annoying. This guy, you're never going to run. You're never going to run him. There are, right, so there are, funny enough, 1 and 2 free-to-play extreme tech that has EZAs. So that's actually not too bad. You can run them on the same team for Battlefield, and you can get Cold Judgment out of this, which is really nice. Thirst for Conquest, Okay, so you're up to 40% attack and defense, and then shattering the limit, which will give you a nice key as well. That's actually not too bad. Imagine getting 40% to stats alongside this guy. He also has Thirst for Conquest, giving you 15. So, this guy can have options, although you're limited to basically Extreme Tech Cooler, Extreme Tech Metal Cooler. This guy is also free to play. He does actually have Thirst for Conquest. That's nice. He's on Terrifying Conquerors. They all are. And of course, they're also on Extreme Tech. So, free to play Super Battle Road Monotype, possible. Could you use him as extreme Super Battle Road? Maybe, possibly. I mean, Freezer and Cooler for sure. In fact, even though to be fair, even this guy's pretty decent. Get him alongside Transforming Freezer, Thirst for Conquest. So having that Thirst for Conquest is making him really good. He does it. Wow, yeah. So Golden Freezer you can share because he's the transforming one. So Virtual Conquest helping him out massively. Cold Judgment you can get with him. So he has options. He just about scrapes the bar with Cold Judgment and Virtual Conquest. Shattering the Limit helps him out. Because he has no key in his passive. And he's got, I don't think, outside of this, I think that's it. Yeah, so he's only got 2 key along with the 6 that you'll probably get at the very minimum from the category types. So yeah, it's not going to struggle too bad. But if the field of orbs is a bit on the nasty side, then you're going to struggle. But slot 1 under 50% HP, you can survive for sure. Super Battle Roads, got to be for Super Battle Roads, got to be right. 6 key, take someone out. His super attack. So when I was saying he's a great floater, so, of course, you can take damage be under 50% HP. He maintains his defense, but he also has a 50% chance to stun, right? So, as a floater, you can just make sure that he can survive if he's getting hit with a type disadvantage. You can rely on that. I know it's a coin flip, but you can. This will carry over for the next turn. So, allies going into the next turn, 20% attack and defense. But imagine running like Super Battle Road Extreme Tech, and you have this guy in slot 1, and then yes, you have this guy for Thirst for Conquest, Cold Judgment, and this guy for Thirst for Conquest, and even this guy, right? And him is the lead probably like 130%. Imagine this guy goes first; he gives everyone the 20% extra buffs. This guy is solid. This guy is way better than people give him credit for. This guy can compete in GT Goku, right? This guy's a free to play. In fact, there's a lot of. I'm outside of these here. This is the same unit. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You can actually make a full team of Terrifying Conquerors Extreme Tech free to play. But there is options. You can actually imagine buffing like this guy. Imagine buffing this guy, or him who's great. Him who can stun, seal, lower attack. Right? It's actually pretty decent. He seems impressive on paper, but I gotta imagine he is also probably good in real life. But I'll be sure to give him a test. But yes, look forward within the next few days that we are going to have AGL Golden Freezer. Please don't summon on it because the banner is absolute nothing. Let's see. So the banner on the legendary summon yellow coin. Yes, it does have a few LRs. You gotta love the ads. There we go. So these are the 2 LRs that are featured in the newsletter. Do not get these. These are rubbish. Yeah, third form Freezer has some use. This guy has some use, and this guy is a great tank. I mean, as a combination, though there's no links, they'd be unstoppable. Do not summon on this banner. This is terrible. The only way you'd summon is if you are close to getting 500 yellow coins, and then you can just summon and just get your way up. It is discounted. It's going to be, 30, 35, and 45 stones, something like that, just for 1 round. So it is entirely possible that a lot of people out here are going to come away with 30 stones, not 50, with this guy. Or by the end of a full discounted rotation, which will, 30, so that's 65. So it will be at 110 stones, there or thereabouts. You're going to get it for all the equivalent of 2 multis, basically. So, it's doable. But no, look at this, right? This is absolutely terrible. You just cannot summon for this. these LRs are just not runnable. In fact, half the LR list of the unfeatured is actually way better. But yeah, that's going to be it for this video. We have, in replace, I'm afraid, of the Easy A Cell Saga units, we have finally gotten around to this unit. So we have a Gel Golden Freezer, and we have the Easy A area for this Golden Freezer and Sorbet. Let me know what you think. I find this guy to be unique and quite a defensive and great option. I wouldn't summon for him. I'm not going to summon for him. My videos on him will be via the guest. And I will catch you on the next time. Thank you very much, and thank you for watching. Bye bye.